Nigeria's political scene has no doubt entered a new level of frenzied activities few months to the 2027 general elections, as the opposition movement seeks out new permutations with the potential to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The latest is the defection from the African Democratic Congress (ADC), Ateto, the leading opposition party in the country, by Mr. Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, and former Kano State Governor Dr. Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, who was also the 2023 presidential candidate of the New Nigerian People's Party (NNPP) to the Nigerian Democratic Congress of Senator Dickson Sereki. The move is widely seen as an attempt to outplay former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who has been unwilling to share his political ambition and continues to command sizable following within the ADC. The coming together of Obi and Kwankwaso is seen as a formidable combination, with supporters and admirers moving quickly to brand them as the OK movement. While some observers applaud the move as bold and full of possibilities, others fear that the fragmentation of the opposition makes it easier for President Bola Tinubu and his ruling APC to coast to victory. True Vision spoke to a number of political commentators and analysts to get a feel of their perception and expectations. Chris Ibiaji, a public affairs analyst, believed that Peter Obi and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso alliance in the ADC is one of the most significant realignment in recent times and has great prospect for displacing the APC and President Bola Tinubu.
I think Obi and Kwankwaso, that alliance has created a better strategy, or has better strategies. If you look at it in terms of tactical discipline, Obi has shown a lot of it. The only strategy Tinubu has is to focus on destabilizing the opposition, and at all costs. And in doing so, he systematically grows to a position where he's devouring himself gradually. You spend a lot of energy trying to destabilize. You lose the main factors. And that is where Tinubu has, for Obi, he has a better strategy. He's playing to his handicap. What happened recently, he moving from ADC to NDC, is a master stroke. And picking Kwankwaso, who readily offered himself as a running mate, is also a master stroke. You could see that the Kwankwaso is a strong man of Kano politics. He controls Kano. And I can tell you that in Kano alone, Kano State alone, he was going to garner close to about 4 million votes. If you look at the alliance, I can assure you, I don't know whether there's another person that Tinubu is going to back, but he's want to do that kind of a thing. In the second term, he wants to make an attempt. He brings in another running mate. But I don't know the running mate he has in the north now that will have the clout of Kwankwaso. And in terms of religion, Kwankwaso is a Muslim. Ethnicity, the Hausas, and many other sub-regional tribes that you find in the north. I think they are better positioned. And that is why you can see that this alliance is troubling Tinubu a lot.
For Jide Ojo, a political commentator, the opposition is treading unfamiliar path by dividing their forces, which may pave the way for the continued APC dominance.
The inability of the opposition to unite be their greatest Achilles heel. There's the expectation of many Nigerians is that the opposition will learn from their fall of 2023 and unite under one umbrella. But as it is, I'm having a feeling of deja vu. We are back to 2023 all over again. Because unless Atiku Abubakar will not be on the ballot, unless Atiku Abubakar leaves ADC to join Peter Obi and Kwankwaso in NDC, in which case he swallows his pride and drop off presidential race, what I foresee is a three-horse race. Atiku will be the candidate of ADC, perhaps with Rotimi Amechi as a running mate. Peter Obi, they already have an okay platform. Obi and Kwankwaso, and Tinubu and Shetima. Now, this is playing into the APC hand because Atiku Abubakar is a known name in Nigerian politics. He's been running for presidency since 1992. So the name, he already has a name recognition. And whether you like it or not, the 19 states of northern Nigeria, some gullible people will still vote for him. If you look at Peter Obi is a marketable product, but his albatross may be even Kwankwaso that he has gone to pick. What is Kwankwaso bringing to the table now? He's bringing part of Kano, part of Jigawa. Why did I say so? In 2023, he was able to produce a governor, but his governor has defected from the party. He is not able to move his governor to ADC or to NDC. Now, the Kwankwasia movement is not as intact as it was. And with Atiku in the race, the value that Kwankwaso should bring will be neutralized by Atiku factor. So what will now happen? There are 31 governors in APC. What Tinubu will be looking for is not to win many of the northern states outrightly. All he wants is 25%. Because he needs that 25% in at least 2/3 of Nigeria. Those governors are going to be his foot soldiers. Because it's about rubbing my back, I rub your back.
According to Alhaji Umar Gita, an APC stalwart, the NDC cannot live up to the hype and what he described as Obi's inconsistencies displayed through his serial defections may not stand the test of true leadership required for such a task.
I don't think they are serious to grab the power. Well, maybe let me put it that way, they are joking. And if you are serious to grab the power, don't dodge for the problem. Face the problem and solve the problem. If your party have a problem, don't dodge. Face the problem and solve the problem. If you are dodging, let me start with my boss, my former president, Muhammadu Buhari. We work together, we work with him, and he are not dodging for the problem. Only is facing the problem to solve the problem. This president now, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is not dodging. He is solving the problem. Face the problem, you are solving. When you count Peter Obi and Kwankwaso, they are always dodging for the problem. If the party have a problem, they are not facing the party to solve the problem. They will look one way to others and run away from the problem and grab another party. If still that party have a problem, they will jump again, leave that party, go to another. All the party in Nigeria, they have a problem. You have to face the problem and solve. If you are dodging for the problem of the party, what of the problem of the country? Are you going to dodge? For me, it's not their time this time around. It's not a Peter Obi Kwankwaso time. When you look what is going on, I don't see anybody can beat the President Tinubu. I don't see. Peter Obi and Kwankwaso and Atiku, they are helping him to win the election. When you look what is going on, I'm a politician. I know what is going to happen. The vote Peter Obi get last time, you will not get it. The vote Kwankwaso get it in Kano, you will not get it.
For Isiaq Ajibola, a political and communication consultant, the APC and by extension President Bola Tinubu have what it takes to defeat the NDC and other contenders because they have a preponderance of political structures which are instrumental in winning elections in the Nigerian political culture.
I can say the alliance is symbolic, but I don't think I will ascribe it to anything more than symbolic. Because in my own view, the alliance will only be able to show in the election based on the capacity of the two candidates that are the major characters. That is the Obi and His Excellency Obi and His Excellency Umar Kwakuso, Rabi Kwakuso. You see, why I say symbolic is the fact that the ADC was there as a coalition, and ADC, without any fear of contradiction, APC was very, very worried, and we were afraid of that coalition. I must say the fact, because it was formidable in the sense of the people that were involved, the political actors. Atiku was there, David Mark was there, Obi himself was there, Kwakuso was there, and all the major political actors were there, who could, in fact, if they pull their resources together, it will have made a very significant impact in the election and could have troubled APC, that is the President Tinubu. But when they pull out of that coalition, in my own view, what they have succeeded in doing is dividing the votes again, like it was done in 2023. Recall that Obi and Kwakuso, they came third and fourth, respectively.
Yes, sir.
And Obi was able to win states like FCT, very cosmopolitan city, like FCT. In fact, it was believed that he also won Lagos. And then beyond that, then he was very popular among the youth and among those people who thought there should be change in Nigeria. I'm not sure it's going to be like that of 2023, because as you can see, a lot of the governors, senators, and other key political figures have defected to APC. APC, in my own view, is stronger than it used to be in 2023. And in Nigeria, what wins election is the structure.
For Adeni Ifetayo, a public affairs commentator, the NDC and ADC have the potential to make good showings at the subnational level, but their fragmentation will not augur well for the ultimate desire, and that the coalition that favored Peter Obi in 2023 may no longer be there.
When there's competition, when it comes to democracy, coming to the kind of leadership that want to rule or that want to whether take over power or whatever it is, it's a good one for democracy, that we are not drifting towards one state party. But my worry is that I just worry that what happened in 2023 will not repeat itself. Peter Obi taking some chunk of the vote, Atiku Abubakar taking some chunk of the vote, so they could not displace the APC or the flag bearer, the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I think if whether ADC or NDC, they really want to wrestle power from the current administration, they need to come together. I don't see them winning, but what they will do is to divide the vote they're supposed to have. If they put it together, they might even take a clue from this APC when they are coming on board. Remember then NNPC, NPP, APP, so ABGA, some of them, they just, at the national level, they came together, form APC, even some part of new PDP, they call them NPDP, that's new PDP. Yeah. They all came together to make sure they are of one purpose, that we want to wrestle power from PDP, because we cannot tolerate the kind of their governance, poverty, forex exchange was an all-time high and all of that. So at that time, they were able to achieve their purpose. So whether ANPC or PDP or whatever it is, party, for them to wrestle power from this current administration, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu give it to him is a master strategist. They must come together. Let's assume that, let's say, Atiku and Peter Obi came together in 2023. Combining both votes is over 12 million. So they will have dispelled Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but I'm just seeing a repeat. It's good for our democracy that a new party is coming up as an alternative or as a main contender. But if they don't have the imbibe of whether the ANDC, the PDP to come together to wrestle power from, I'm just seeing a repeat of what happened in 2023.
For now, speculations, analysis, and calculations are rife in the political marketplace of ideas, and the possibilities are ever changing with each passing moment, with the gladiators keenly watching the political chessboard. Gabriel Atumei, reporting for True Vision Television, the platform that democratizes the media space.